In the realm of Britannia, there is a legend of unmatched power and unwavering pride, a character whose presence alone commands both respect and awe. Today, we delve into the backstory of one of the most celebrated characters in the anime franchise, Escanor, the lion sin of pride from the 7 deadly sins.
As of this moment, you're face to face with Escanor, the lion sin of pride.
Hello there, and welcome to Fandom Flicks. It's great to have you here. There are times when a character gets more famous than the show itself. Escanor is one such character. He is a character from the show 7 Deadly Sins, which follows the story of 7 powerful knights who were once accused of plotting to overthrow the kingdom of Leones. These knights are the dragon's sin of wrath and the captain of the 7 deadly sins, Meliodas, the serpent's sin of envy, Diane, the fox's sin of greed, Ban, the grizzly's sin of sloth, King, the goat's sin of lust, Gauther, the boar's sin of gluttony, Merlin, and finally the lion's sin of pride, Escanor.
This incomprehensible, extraordinary power is that of the legend!
Even though the story portrays Meliodas as the central character, in most scenes when Escanor appeared, your focus will be directed at him. Such is the presence and power of this character. Escanor possesses a unique ability called Sunshine, which allows him to emit and manipulate immense amounts of heat and power, corresponding to the sun's position.
That would be Sunshine, my glorious magical power.
His strength and magical abilities increase dramatically during the daytime, reaching their peak at noon and gradually decreasing towards nighttime, disappearing with the sun. Because of this, Escanor's character has a stark contrast between daytime and nighttime. This day and night duality is what truly sets Escanor apart. The daytime, Escanor becomes a strong and towering figure with surrounding air of confidence and a hell of a lot of pride that is unrivaled. But when nighttime comes, all of his power disappear, making him frail, skimpy, and shy, with low self-confidence. But his golden hair and that magnificent mustache will still remain the same. Escanor's power level is unrivaled, making him one of the strongest characters in the series. But he wasn't always the embodiment of strength and pride. In his youth, he was considered frail and weak, often scorned and ridiculed by those around him. Born in the kingdom of Castellio as the second prince, he was considered weak and frail, often subjected to ridicule and rejection by those around him due to his timid nature and seemingly lackluster abilities. His older brother Damon used to bully him until one day his power awakened and accidentally broke Damon's hand. Because anyone couldn't explain the change in appearance and power that comes with his awakening, they think it is a curse, and his parents disown him. He was treated as a threat to the kingdom and decided to kill him. But Rosa, a kind-hearted woman who understands Escanor, helps him to escape from the kingdom, putting her life at stake. Thanks to her help, Escanor survives and start to wander from one place to another. But wherever he goes, how much he tries to help, everyone just thinks of him as a monster and gets afraid of him. After growing up, he went to his home country searching for Rosa, but to no avail. The kingdom was ruined, and however hard he searched, he couldn't find Rosa. After many years of travel, he came to the kingdom of Leones, where he was having problems with the knights after he got rid of a monster. There, he meets Meliodas, the leader of the 7 deadly sins, and Merlin, who was the spitting image of Rose. He was restrained and presented before the king for the crime of terrorizing towns and villages, as well as assaulting and injuring the imperial holy knights. In his nighttime form, he tried his best to explain the situation, but he was sentenced to death. This is when Meliodas steps in front, saying he will take charge of him, and invited him to the deadly sins. Even though he gets a little scared by meeting the sins for the first time, they welcome him with open arms and partied all night. Before sunrise, he decided to leave, saying that he will only bring problems to the group. As he closed the door to the pub where they were sleeping, he was confronted by Merlin, who asked him why he's leaving. He explained to her about the curse which make him go uncontrolled in the daytime and he could hurt them. The Meliodas who just listened to this come out saying the sins are not so weak that they would easily get hurt and propose a match to test out the strength. This is when the sunrise, Escanor starts to regain his power and transform. He punches Meliodas towards Ban, who was just coming out of the bar, and knocks out both of them. He then proceeds to run to the forest where he starts to take out his frustration on the mountains until the sunset. As the night settles in, he came back to his senses and was in despair about what he has done and thinks to himself that he should have just died instead. Merlin appears and starts consoling him. Escanor says to her that she is similar to Rose as she doesn't try to distance herself even after learning about him. Merlin says you don't have to be lonely, and all of us could find a way together for the problem. This is when the rest of the sins arrive. Escanor was shocked to see Meliodas and Ban fine without a scratch even after what happened. Meliodas says to him that he is not the only problem person here, and the sins help out each other to live life to the fullest. Since Escanor was still worrying, Meliodas asked for a duel after sunrise, in which if Escanor win, he can leave, and if Meliodas win, he have to join the sins. Even though Escanor was a little worried, he accepted the duel. They started the match the next day when the sun is high, and the match ended with Meliodas winning after using his demon assault mode. As he tasted defeat for the first time, Escanor lay there as he remembered Rose's face. Meliodas reminds him that he is here alive because of Rose, and tell him to try to live his life so that her effort won't go in vain. He promised Escanor that he will always be there to take care of him if he ever lost control again. Before joining the sins, he asks for a request, and Merlin sent his soul to the capital of the dead to meet Rose. He thanks Rose for saving him, and promises to live the life she saved to the fullest, without no shame, no matter what tragedy befalls him or how lonely he gets. Rosa assures him there is no need to be ashamed, and he is not alone anymore. They talk for some time before Escanor comes back to the living world. He talks about his new friends, the places he visited, and all the new things he saw. Before going, Rose say to him that she has been watching over him and will continue to do so, and bid farewell as he returns. After which he joined the sins as the seventh and final sin, the lion sin of pride. He finally finds a place to fit in. Together they go on many quests and adventures, like the war against vampires and hunt for the demons. Escanor's day form becomes more and more controllable as he learns to use his abilities properly, and soon he becomes known as the strongest knight in all of Britannia. It was after this they were ambushed by the Holy Knight and got framed for the murder of the great Holy Knight Xerxes. Meliodas tells everyone to disperse until his order to regroup comes. Escanor obeys his word and went into hiding, opening a secret bar inside a mountain deep in the forest. He names this bar My Sweet Gluttony, referring to Malin as a symbol of his love for her. This is where he stays for many years until his encounter with Ban, where we are first introduced to him in the anime. This is the first half of the Escanor's saga. After this, the world would soon fall into a crisis unlike any before, with the revival of the 10 Commandments as they lead the demon clan fueled by darkness and malice, threatening to plunge the world into an abyss of chaos. To face this impending catastrophe and the might of the commandment, the sins, as well as the world, would once again need the brilliance of the mightiest knight of Britannia, the lion sin of pride, Escanor. Thanks for tuning in to Fandom Flicks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And if you like us to make a video about your favorite show or characters, leave a comment in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, bye-bye.